My name's Jas and welcome to Solutions for Accounting and the wonderful world of Sage add-ons. Today we'll be looking at purchase orders and enhanced ways to raise purchase orders within Sage 50. We've put together a 6-episode video series in which I will briefly explain and demo some of the steps and features of purchase order control. We'll be covering raising purchase orders, purchase order approval, pending purchase orders and purchase order list, purchase order deliveries, approval hierarchy, and of course, the Sage integration and budgets. If you would like to learn more about Sage 50 or any of the Sage add-ons in this video series, then please contact us on 0330 335 0011, or you can email us at inquiries@solutionscloud.uk. Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Raising Purchase Orders within Purchase Order Control. Today we're going to be covering off the approval hierarchy and settings of purchase order control. So if you're in the home screen, we simply scroll down to the settings tab, very bottom, and once we click into there, we can now see all of the global settings for purchase order control. The two tabs that we're going to be covering off today are user settings and system configuration, but we can cover off everything else should you want a more live and in-depth demonstration. You can get that booked in with one of our team. If we first click into the user settings, from here you can see the purchase order control user admin screen, and from here you can then decide who are your users and who are your approvers. Scrolling down the purchase order control or user admin screen, the first level that we have is our level of authorization. So these are all of the users that are going to be approving purchase orders throughout the business. You can set these up as teams or departments or individual users, whatever is relevant to your business. Today, I've set up a directors team, a finance team, and a sales team. And our lowest level team is our finance team. So if I go into our finance team first, what you can see from this team is that I've given the team a name, first of all, but I've also put in line a parent team. So all of your different authorizers would appear in the drop down, and you can select the one that is going to be following on from the finance. Once you've selected the correct parent team, we can now see a list of all the different authorizers that are available to authorize purchase orders, and you can select the one that's going to be authorizing orders for the specific team that you've selected. Once you've done that, you can then add in an approval right. So for this particular user, I've added in £100. And what that means is Neil Larson will be able to approve any orders that are coming through for the finance team up to the amount of £100. The minute it goes over the £100, it will then be sent across to the sales team in addition to Neil approving the order. And once it hits the sales team, they would do the second level of approval. If we now go into sales team, we can see that Jack and Jas are both approvers for the sales team. So the order that has been raised in Neil's team would effectively be sent across to Jack and Jas, ready for a second level of approval. If the order was for instance, for £200, Neil would have done the first approval, and it would then be approved by Jack or Jas in the sales team, because the limit allows them to approve any order up to the amount of £10,000. If the order was in fact for £20,000, you can allow for the order to go through the entire hierarchy before it hits the person that's got the right amount of budget, or you can allow for the order to bypass anybody that does not have the right amount of budget in order to approve the order, in which case it would bypass Jack and Jas as a £20,000 order, and it would go straight up to the top level directors team for approval, who have the highest level of approval budget. Once the directors team have approved the order and it becomes an official approved order within the purchase order control system, it will then fire off to the Sage system as an approved order, ready to be invoiced by your finance team. Coming down into the user section, this would be a list of all the different users that you have across your business. These are set up by our team internally as part of your implementation, and once they've been set up, they are then set up ready for you to then go and apply the access rights across the different users you have. If we click into Jack Dealey as a user, from this screen, we now can add in any restrictions that we want to apply to Jack. If Jack is somebody that is brand new to the business, has just joined the company, he'll have very different rights to somebody that's possibly been there for a little bit longer, or possibly a director as well. In which case you can apply the correct restrictions across Jack's account, ready for him to raise purchase orders within POC and ready for approval. You can apply restrictions across your nominals, your suppliers, your departments, your products, charity funds, your projects, and your cost codes. You can also apply restrictions across what they can actually see within the purchase order control system for purchase orders, deliveries, and who their authorization team or department is. In addition to the restrictions, you can also apply a maximum unauthorized purchase order value. What that allows you to do is apply a figure as to what Jack can raise up to the amount of. If Jack is a director, he might have a limit of £5,000. Any orders that are raised up to the amount of £5,000 go straight into Sage as approved orders. Or if Jack is brand new to the business, you might want to set his value to 0, in which case every single order that he is raising would automatically go off for approval before it hits the Sage system as an approved order. Coming out of the user restrictions, we also have something called group policies. Group policies allow you to apply a policy across a set number of users. So you might have a policy for all sales staff, or all finance staff, or all admin staff. You can apply your restrictions accordingly and then apply the policy to any one of your users using the drop down. We just click into Jas as a user, we can see the group policy, click the drop down, we can apply the policy accordingly. Moving now into the more global settings of purchase order control, if we come back into the home screen, go back down to the settings tab and come into system configuration, we can now see all of the configuration points across the purchase order control system, right from ordering purchase orders, processing purchase orders, what your purchase orders look like in the display view, your delivery options, and of course your email notification options as well. There are hundreds of different settings that you can apply, and you can set these according to your own company policy and your own company setting. We do go through all of these as part of your implementation to ensure that your company is set accordingly, and if any changes then need to be made during the course of the usage of the program, we can apply those as and when needed. In the next episode, we're going to be covering off Sage integration and budgets, and how everything that we've done in the previous episodes is now visible in Sage, ready for the finance team to start raising invoices.